What's up, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. FNL Fantasy Night Live, Week 12, which has been just a crazy, outrageous, I don't even know what else to call it. This season has been bananas. If you're not low, then you on top. I don't know where you are, but no. Well, actually, it seems like everybody could be in the middle. Some leagues, I'm bringing up the rear. A few other leagues, I'm kind of right there within striking distance. We want to be here to talk what's going on this week. We want to find out where y'all are. Also, throw us your questions. It's still fantasy football, man. We still rolling with it. We still love it. So let's get into it. FNL, my man, 7 o'clock. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, baby? How you doing?
Man, doing well.
Nice,
Still
nice.
full from Thursday.
I'm on the tall can mango cart. So, yeah, cheers to that, man.
I heard that.
Hey, shout out to
CeeDee Lamb left me empty at the last minute, but that's a whole nother story. I won't even get into that. Didn't see it in time because I'm smoking a turkey. Didn't see it in time to get him out my lineup and took an L. Took an L with CD. So I'm hoping everybody else is able to pull their weight and pull me back up in my leagues, man.
There you go. Shout out to the Fantasy Football Network for giving us this platform to do what we do.
Yes, sir.
You guys watching this live or you watching this sometime tomorrow, hit that like button. We appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. It goes a lot further than you guys realize.
Yes.
Tampa at Indianapolis. Let's get into it. Indianapolis has one of the worst secondaries I was not aware of. Could be a nice, juicy game matchup for Brady. Could be a rough game for JT with that front seven in Tampa. Thoughts? Who are we starting? Who are we benching? Who are we concerned about?
It could flip the other way. Indy impressed me against Buffalo. So they basically, came out as a totally different team. Are they going to continue to do this? JT is killing. I had him in a league, and he basically won me my league that
there you
week.
Go.
So
cheers
I am
to JT.
Not sitting JT. Yes, sir. I can put it right there. Yes, sir. I'm starting JT. If you need a middle of the pack quarterback, you might even go with the Carson Wentz, man. Who knows? But JT, definitely. So who are you looking at now that Mike Evans got his touchdowns last week? I'm looking at him to make
right. It might be Godwin's turn
this week.
Yeah. So, we'll still, the verdict is out on AB. We'll still wait. I mean, he went down as wide receiver 6. They should get him back in time for your fantasy playoffs. Should you make the playoffs?
Right.
You got to start Leonard Fournette. You got to start Godwin and Evans, at least as your wide receiver 2 or flex. And then you're looking at Gronk, possibly a spot play there. On the other end, Pittman, flex appeal, obviously, even versus the secondary. And then you have JT's a must start. Wentz, if you have Patrick Mahomes and you're on a bye, maybe you stick, go out and pick Wentz. I like Kirk Cousins a little bit more, but if you're desperate and you're in a pinch, Wentz versus for a bye week filler, I like that. We pretty much know who to start at this point. Jets at the Houston Texans. Woo! No Michael Carter. No Philip Lindsay.
Man, Philip is gone. You know what? I am starting in one of my leagues at least, Tyrod Taylor. He kind of messed me up on this first return, but last week, totally wasn't even surprised. So, like I said, my quarterback stable is very, very bad. So Tyrod might be, one of the top.
He might be that guy. Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with him and see what he can do against these. Jets, man.
Nervous about Elijah Moore because of Zach is coming back into QB.
You should be. I don't even know why they bringing Zach Wilson back at this point. To tell you the truth, I really don't. Let him sit and get a fresh start next year.
Yeah, I mean, assuming he's healthy, you spent the draft capital on him. But I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm worried too. I have Elijah Moore as my flex in 2 out of my 3 leagues, and I am concerned about Zach Wilson. This is not. He's not at BYU anymore. He's in NY. And it's a
It's
different
right.
breed. And granted, they're playing Houston. So if it's not this game, then he's probably not going to have it. Hopefully he's 100% healthy. And if he's not, hopefully they pull him in time to get someone else in there to salvage Moore's day. But I'm with you, New Life. I'm nervous as well. Thank
And
you for
that's
joining.
one thing too. Houston's defense is not terrible, as we
It's
saw
not.
last week against Tennessee. I don't think it was a fluke, man.
Yeah.
They're not terrible. They have played well in spots. So,
Well, their head coach, even though he was a receivers coach, he brings a lot of that knowledge from Baltimore. So
yep.
it's no surprise. I think outside Elijah Moore, you're probably not starting anyone on either team. Ty Johnson, if you're desperate, but other than that, you're probably not starting anyone. Hit us up with some questions if you have any. New Life. We'll be here for about another 40 minutes. Philly at the Giants. Jalen Hurts, top 3 quarterback, man. Did not see that coming this year.
Philly they're starting to prove that they might be the truth, man. I think Dallas better watch out.
Ooh.
Hurts is balling. Devonta Smith is starting to come
Cook
into his
a little
own.
bit.
You got Goddard there, so he's I think somebody's going to eat this week.
Miles Sanders is healthy.
Back. Giants is they're reeling right now.
Yeah.
Other than Kadarius Toney and maybe Saquon, I'm not trusting Slayton.
Anybody.
Really trusting anybody else, man. Especially with Daniel Jones back there. So
I think Shepard has already been ruled a scratch, so it's just difficult to trust anyone. Yeah. I mean, I think if you spent the draft capital, you got to start Saquon, but other than that, it's going to be difficult. It's either Elijah or Van Jefferson. And you're right, playing Houston, but Zach did not look good. And gentlemen, thank you for your show. Enjoy watching you both. We appreciate that, bro. Like, we say it, but like we're still in this infancy stage, man, where we're trying to build something, but we're not there. We are far from being there. So for you to say that's just like a vote of confidence that we're making strides in the right direction. So we appreciate that. New Life. Let me see. I think I'm nervous, and then it's either okay. So that was the one. Okay. So. Yeah, Philly, I'm starting Miles Sanders as my RB2. I traded for him mid-season, and then he went on IR, so he's back. Devonta Smith, if you got him, you could offer some flex appeal for sure for the rest of the year. You got to start Hurts if you have him. And Goddard, you probably starting him. Goddard.
Yep.
Either or. Tomato. You probably start him as your tight end. Carolina at Miami.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
QB1 last week.
Yes, sir.
Quiet. No one's talking about it. QB1 last week.
Very quiet, man.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, like we said last week, it just depends on what Miami defense he's going against. Sometimes they're looking like world beaters. Other times they're looking like the Dolphins. So it's like, which defense is going to show up? I don't think it's going to matter, man. Cam is, I think he's in a good place right now, and he's got his weapons. And you said DJ Moore last week, man.
Hey, one might say he has new life.
That's right. That's right, man.
Yeah, man. DJ Moore, I think, gets a boon just for a little bit of consistency. I would trust him as a flex, low end RB2 to finish the season. He's not going to replicate that wide receiver 1 production that he had the first, I think, 4 or 5 weeks when he was like wide receiver, I think 11. I think the other was 12. But he should be somewhat solid because the targets have always been there. It's just the accuracy of the targets has always been in question. CMC should be good to rock and roll. I think that's about it. If you're desperate, maybe you start Robbie Anderson, but I don't really trust anyone else in that Carolina team. And then in Miami, Waddle, solid flex appeal, no doubt. If you're desperate,
Gaskins, and you, I don't know. I was a little surprised that
if you're desperate,
yeah. But they're
And
both
maybe
somewhat consistent.
if you're, let me give you one. If you're in you have Patrick Mahomes on a bye, who you starting, Carson Wentz or Tua? We got Wentz versus that Tampa defense, or Tua versus Carolina.
I'm looking. I would. Let me say this: it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
trust Wentz sometimes,
Right.
but that Tampa secondary has not looked good.
True.
Carolina's secondary, you still got Stephen Gilmore
Steph.
back there.
Bruh,
So
you're right.
I'm looking, more so Wentz. As long as he don't make
Yeah.
any crazy mistakes, I think he's. As a matter of fact, if he's dumping off to JT as
JT.
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let him handle
I
the
think I'm
rest.
going with Wentz a little bit more than Tua, man.
I like
Yeah.
it. Should I start DJ Moore against a great matchup or Marquise Brown, who is a little bit banged up?
Hmm.
Mm, Jake, do you think Xavier Howard shadows DJ Moore in the slot? Because he might be on
That's
Robbie Anderson on the outside.
right.
It's a
That's a
good
very good
question.
question.
It's a good question. I don't really trust Marquise Brown, I'll be honest with you. I think like you've made it this far with DJ Moore, you got to stick with him. You spent the draft capital on him. It's not. And now if Howard is shadowing him, it's going to be a rough outing. But I mean, that's part of fantasy football. So I lean DJ Moore. How you feel?
I, with Lamar coming back, just depending on how
Oh,
much he throw.
I'm tripping. I'm thinking of Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah,
Uh,
nah,
no,
go
he's talking about
with
for
Hollywood.
Baltimore. Yeah, he's talking about
Hollywood.
Hollywood versus
Yes, sir.
Cleveland.
Yeah, yep. I think Marquise
Oh,
Brown actually has possibly a better matchup. Cleveland's DBs, they're not the greatest. They show up one game and I think this could be an important game as well. So uh, I don't know with Lamar coming back, it's a
that's a
toss up to tell you the
that's
truth
a good
between the
question. Yeah,
two.
that's a
Yeah,
difficult one. I thought that was Goodwin, and I was like, yeah, I'm leaning DJ Moore. Hollywood Brown. And I see that's what I'm so used to people calling him Hollywood. You out here, Jake out here calling people by their government names.
by mama name, mama given
um,
name.
that's a tough one, man. That's a really good question.
I'm trying to
Ugh.
see which one has the highest, or they both got the same ceiling. I'm just trying to see which one
I
has
think Hollywood has a
the lower
higher
floor.
ceiling. Moore has a safer floor, but Moore, if he
Right.
gets Howard, that rules that out. So just go with Brown.
Yeah.
And I have DJ Moore in 2 out of my 3 leagues, but I feel better about Brown. Brown is still
Yeah.
a wide receiver 1. People don't realize that. So
Right.
thank you for
Right.
the advice. I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure, man. We love to have you guys, mix it up. If you guys have 2 seconds, please hit that like button. It seems like nothing, but it means so much. Shout out to the Fantasy Football Network for giving us this platform.
Yes.
Tennessee at New England. I don't think I'm playing anyone from Tennessee. I don't think you can trust
Man, they
Tannehill,
are.
AJ Brown, Julio, Henry, McNichols, AP. I don't want Deonta,
They done
whatever,
falling apart.
Freeman. I don't want no parts of that, bro. No parts. Like even in a bind, unless they were playing Monday night and I had someone as a late scratch and I needed to pluck someone from Tennessee, I'd do it. But I don't want any parts of that Tennessee offense, man. They really
And
miss
not
Arthur
against New
Smith,
England.
and
And
not
not
against
against
doing
New England
hello,
right now.
hello.
Yeah.
What you got
That's
for
the
New
other
England?
thing. Um, you
Stevenson or
know,
Harris?
it's it's tough, man. I kind of like Stevenson.
He outtouched him last week.
Harris is fully. That's the only thing I hate about the Patriots. You just never know who's going to be the guy.
Hoodie ain't
Hunter
loyal to
Henry, how about
no
that?
running back. The hoodie has never
Hunter
been
Henry,
loyal
that's
to
who I'm
any run.
starting.
There you go.
That's it.
There
That's
you
the only
go.
guy I can say, man. Maybe Mac Jones if you're in a pinch.
Yeah, it's true. We could throw Mac Jones in that mix of Wentz and Tua,
Yep, that's true.
especially
That's
versus
true.
that Tennessee defense.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just that's not really an appealing or appetizing
But then again,
fantasy
everything is
football
so up
matchup.
and down.
True.
Tennessee surprises against the Rams looking like world beaters, and then then they fall apart.
Straight
So I don't
dud.
know what's happening.
Yeah. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Cincinnati won the
Ooh.
first matchup convincingly in Pittsburgh. Joe Burrow's been struggling. Mixon is looking legit, and has been stayed healthy. Knock on wood for so long, so far. Chase is kind of simmered down, but he's still a baller. Higgins is there. What are your thoughts?
Well, it depends if Pittsburgh's going to have their defense back.
True.
Last week was a stretch.
Oof. Yeah.
They were missing everybody. I don't even really know how they won their games. So
they lost that game. They lost to San Diego on that Mike Williams touchdown.
That's right. I was surprised at how many points that they actually put up on the board, though.
True.
But if that defense, it depends. At least if Fitzpatrick is back and Hayden's back, I think they have a chance, especially the way they put up points last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still starting Deontay on the Pittsburgh side. Got to go with Deontay. Got to go with Najee. You
Claypool is a flex, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are about the main three. That's kind of like at least two of those are every week starters, Harris and Johnson. Man.
Yeah. Obviously, you're starting Mixon and Chase on one end. Higgins, if you're in a spot. Burrow, if you got Patrick Mahomes on a bye. I don't know why. I was going to call him young light skin. Patrick Mahomes. We got Atlanta at Jacksonville. It's another lackluster. What you got?
Yeah. Shaquem Griffin's going to be out, so that kind of bumps up Matty Ice a little bit. Top, DB for Jacksonville being out.
Right.
So, maybe Cordell Patterson. But that's pretty much, I'm not trusting Pitts. I ain't trusting none of the other dudes.
I feel like our followers will probably play Pitts if they have him. Like, you have to play him.
I mean, as a tight end, if you don't have any other better option, then I guess you got to go with him. But, Atlanta's been looking atrocious these past 2 weeks. Matty Ice has lost me games with negative points. So I'm thinking this could be a get-right game. I'm sure they need a win or at least a decent performance. So maybe Arthur Smith will draw something up. But like I said, the only two I'm rolling with are Cordell Patterson. And maybe in a pinch, I got to start Matt Ryan. I feel a little bit safer knowing that Griffin is out. So we'll see. On Jacksonville's side, other than James Robinson, that's it. There you go. I need J-Rob too. I got him in one of my leagues.
Yeah, I'm fighting for a playoff spot, and one of the guys I'm fighting with, he plays against J-Rob. So I'm rooting for J-Rob too. Fuck it. We all in here to J-Rob tomorrow versus Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
I got the tight end. I picked him up since Kelsey's on a bye. I was desperate. He had a 0 last week, but prior to that, I think the prior 4 weeks prior to that, Arnold had 7 targets.
Exactly.
So I'm hoping, with the tight end, that tight end position, it's just
that's exactly it.
I
thought
man.
You had Dawson Knox in some of your leagues, man. I thought you'd be celebrating.
I had him in 2 of my 3, and the one that I didn't have him in was the one I had Kelsey in.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to have 2 tight ends when you got
you right.
When you got Kelsey. Right. So, and it's a bye week. Right. Crazy enough, I actually cut Dawson because I wasn't waiting for him to come back. And those other leagues are just so competitive. Yeah.
In our league.
Ooh. You know what? Fantasy is life. Shout out to Shot Callers. He tried to offer me, I think, like Dawson Knox for Miles Sanders. And I'm like, bruh, ain't Dawson Knox hurt? like, this ain't no amateur. Like, I know. It's been a rough year for fantasy, but at least give me something respectable. Like, put some respect on my name, Playboy. Los Angeles Chargers at Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos is playing inspired without Von Miller.
Yep.
And they could be a sneaky play. Back. And Chubb is back.
Got Chubb off of IR.
You got J.C. Horn. Did they draft Horn or did they draft the other? Which corner did they get?
No, they
Always
drafted Surtain.
Surtain. You still got Kyle Fuller. You still got was it Justin Simmons? They got a good little. They got the high paid kind of. I think Von Miller was more of a distraction for them down the road. I don't know if you heard that Halloween story, that Halloween party, but
no,
yeah, I have to tell you that off the air. But I guess he threw a party, had one of the Migos there. Made it seem like it was free, and then it just started trying to collect from players last minute. And it was like 1,000 a head, and it got ugly. And then next thing you know, he got traded to the Rams before the deadline. I was listening to it on the radio. Noah Fant was disappointed that story got out of the locker room.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So, look at the defense now, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We got New Life. Damn it, free Javonte Williams. Your thoughts, fellas?
Man, I was afraid of this, knowing that they had Melvin Gordon. I was disappointed that they didn't trade Gordon at the deadline, and it is killing Javonte Freeman, or Javonte. I just call him Javonte. Javonte's value, man. Yeah, it's just killing it. So I've got, Javonte Williams in a couple of leagues, man, and I play both of them, him and Gordon, because I kept both of them in a couple of leagues and just hope at least one of them scores a touchdown. But, yeah, it's killing me right now.
You know what? I think this is an example of people just jumping on a trend. You have to have realistic expectations. And reality was 2 years ago, Miles Sanders was like an 8th and 9th round pick. He came alive in the second half and won a lot of people their championships. Right. Last year, you had 2 rookie running backs in Jonathan Taylor and Cam Akers. Came alive second half, won a lot of people their leagues. So people just mentally assumed this year that Javonte Williams was going to be the 2019 Miles Sanders, the 2020 Akers, wow. Taylor, but he's playing behind a Pro Bowl running back that's not 30 years old.
Exactly.
And the truth is, you know, he's a talent. But this year, it's I told people, advising people this offseason, those who care to listen, I said, week 8 is when I would try to trade for him, but don't expect, because people are drafting him like 4th, 5th round. And I'm like he was going before Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods and Adam Thielen and DJ Moore. And I'm like, they're paying, Melvin Gordon is like, I think the 7th or 8th highest paid running back in the NFL. Like, they're paying him to be there.
Before Gordon. Yeah. And I was like, how is he going before the guy that's actually starting?
Yeah. And, Gordon usually gets beat up and gets nicked up and misses a game, but they have another running back, so he's not seeing the volume. He's rested. He's playing a full season. I mean, unless one of those guys goes down, it's a timeshare. It's the true epitome of a timeshare. And, next year they're probably going to move Gordon with that contract. Javonte should be that guy, but it's hard to trust him week to week with Melvin Gordon still present, because they're both talented running backs.
Right. That's right.
Jared Jeudy, target monster moving forward. Thinking about next year, solid flex appeal next year, or even wide receiver too, if you want to take a quarterback or a tight end early.
Yeah, I still like Sutton this year too, especially against the Chargers, man. I don't know what is going on with their secondary. I thought it was going to be a lot better than what it is.
I agree.
The defense as a whole, I thought it was going to be a lot better than it is.
Well, they have the worst run defense in the league, so both Denver running backs should do well this week. New Life.
No, got them both in my
sorry,
lineup.
Did I not pop that up? Yeah, New Life. My bad. Los Angeles Rams at Green Bay, rematch of the divisional round. Jalen Ramsey, Devontae Adams. I'm looking forward to that. I love those kind of top 3 matchups where you have a top 3 receiver and a top 10 corner, or even a top 10 tackle versus a top 10 DN. I love those matchups. We know we're starting A.J. Dillon, Adams, and Rodgers. That's probably it on the Green Bay side. Who are you starting? Are you going Jefferson? You going OBJ? That's flex appeal. You don't want any parts of them. Cooper Kupp is back. I missed you. That's my wide receiver.
Yeah, it's a toss up between the flex between Jefferson and OBJ. It
Yeah.
seems like OBJ might have had some time now to get worked in, almost
Perfect
like
bye
Deshaun
week.
Jackson did on Thanksgiving. So, I would watch him. Maybe I would probably send him one more game just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you see that Kevin King is on him, then start.
Bruh. Kevin King gonna visit you at your doorstep, bruh.
He can come on
Yeah.
because I'll be like, man, you are toast. You have been killing that defense for years. So ever since last year, man. I was like, they should have been in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for you, man. God dang it. But yeah. So
obviously Hendo is a fire up, Stafford's a
yes.
fire up, and obviously Cup, so far, knock on wood, it's been solid.
It's going to be a heavyweight fight, man. I think it's going to be a good fight.
I like it.
Green Bay's defense has actually showed up.
Outside of Kevin King, their defense is pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Minnesota at San Francisco. San Francisco, for the last 5-6 years, has had Minnesota's number. Minnesota seemed to kind of turn the page with beating Green Bay last week. I don't know if Rodgers has lost the locker room or lost the respect of his teammates with that whole I'm immune, that whole, all that going down.
Right.
I don't know if that was Rodgers losing just not really being there and not commanding the team and having their respect, and now they're going to start fizzling out a little bit, or if Minnesota's finally taking that stride. But I want to see proof. I want to see 2 weeks in a row. I don't know if they can beat the Niners, but they got the hell of a team, and they're designed to beat a lot of teams in Minnesota.
They do. And that was the thing. I think that we were talking not too long ago, talking about, teams that could sneak into the playoffs. And I'm looking at Minnesota possibly being one of those teams, man.
Mm-hmm.
The receivers are solid. Justin Jefferson, he's proven his worth again.
Yep.
So
hey, we were wrong. Tell your boy Will, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It was Calvin Ridley or Justin Jefferson, and he looked at us like we were crazy. He was right.
Exactly.
Shout out to Craze.
But yeah, I think they handled San Francisco, man, this week. I think they do. What
are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow? I'm gonna pull up. I said I might pull up. We can watch that one. It's an afternoon game.
All right.
New Life said, I have Elijah Mitchell. Do you have Jeff Wilson? And I don't even know if Jeff Wilson will help, dude, because he didn't get the workload. They gave Debo a lot of snaps out of the backfield, which is smart. But as a fantasy owner, the Jeff Wilson owner, I was pissed.
You cannot trust the 49ers.
What are your other options?
With any of their running backs. They're just as bad as New England. So that's
it's true. Very true. New Life. If you can, move Elijah Mitchell into your flex position. So that way, if he's missing, you're not trying to find another running back replacement. You're trying to find the best player available. So I would move him right now, move him into your flex position. And if he's and then look on your roster who plays in the afternoon, and then just follow. If he plays, you fire him up. If he doesn't play, who's the best available player that plays in the afternoon? That's what you got to do. And if he's in the flex, now you're not trying to replace a running back. You're trying to replace a running back, receiver, or hell, even a tight end if you got it like that.
Right.
So that is what I would advise you, sir. Mr. Sarcastic, what's up, family? Good to have you in here. Please, guys, 3 seconds. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. Shout out to the Fantasy Football Network for giving us this platform. What's up, guys? I have a horrible play this week with A.J. Brown out. Pick 1 wide receiver 2 spot. And 1 flex Bateman, Higgins, Drudy, Van Jefferson, Smith. You got some good options. You got some good replacements there. A.J. Brown, shoot. I like Bateman. I really like Bateman. Drudy's not bad either. Denver versus the Chargers. Those are probably my two favorite.
I like Devonta Smith as well.
Devonta Smith. I think those are your 3 that you're toggling Smith, Drudy, and Bateman personally.
Yeah.
I hear a baby crying downstairs.
So,
Sunday Night Football, Cleveland at Baltimore. Kareem Hunt might play. If he plays, I think you got to play him, even versus Baltimore, because all he needs is 10 to 12 touches to be a flex play. He's that efficient. If he's healthy, they're going to send him out there, and if he's out there, you got to play him. He's matchup proof. He can do a lot out of the backfield.
Might be the only dudes worth playing.
I don't think you want to play Juice Landry this game. Yeah. Now watch him score two receptions, exactly. 2 receptions for 11 yards and 2 touchdowns. Right. On the other end, Devonta Freeman is their guy.
Yeah.
He's proven himself. He's a pro. Obviously, he was running back 5-6 years ago and a top 5 running back the following year. You're starting Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. But other than that, I don't want any parts of that Baltimore. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Bateman and Hollywood. I'm tripping. Yeah. Bateman offers flex play. Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We might have to do 9 to 10, brother. So we're starting to get some action. Or even at 8:30 to 9:30. We'll have to figure out. We've been kind of testing times, guys. And we did get a lot of action. I know the Timofio Lopez Cambosa fight is tonight, and that fight actually started right before I thought that fight was going to start close to 8:45, 9 o'clock. That fight literally started
man.
Right. No, man, because the Bud fight started late last week. So, Stafford or Cam and Kyle Pitts or Gronk, please let me know ASAP. Appreciate you, fellas. What you think? Cam.
Man. I think I'm going with Cam over Stafford. I mean, that's a matchup. Him against Green Bay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm playing the matchup, and then I think I might be going with
Pitts. Are you gonna go Gronk?
Pitts is gonna get the targets. I'm thinking.
Safe floor.
He's gonna get the target.
Yeah.
So they're playing Jacksonville. So I think I'm going with that. Gronk is just TD dependent, which he could possibly get.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Colts, their defense is not bad.
Nope.
If you got some of those linebackers that can hang with Gronk, if it's Darius Leonard or somebody else, I think Kyle Pitts might be the safer play on that.
I think Cam, because of matchup, I like Cam's matchup over Stafford. And then Pitts has a safer floor. Gronk does have the higher ceiling. You can't go wrong with either one of them, but I think Pitts.
True.
I'll go with the safer floor on that one. Good luck to you. Please hit the like button if you can. Mitchell or Dillon?
Dillon for me.
Dillon, yeah, for me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that Rams defense is rough, but it's not. It's not that intimidating like it once was. I'm with you. What's up, Sushi Baby? How you doing, man? Happy holidays to you.
Yes, sir.
Seattle at Washington. This is the last matchup. We know with 3 games already played, it's like that. Seattle at Washington.
I'm hoping my boys can do something. We got a broken wing right now. We got one wing in a sling.
Y'all should just start losing games for the for a draft for a better pick.
Why?
But Russell ain't gonna let that.
The first round pick anyway. So we'll
That's
pick up another
true. It's going to the Jets because y'all took a linebacker. Y'all got fleeced for an undersized linebacker.
That's right.
Jeez,
I'm going with Russ and DK, maybe even Tyler Lockett, man. In our leagues, I did pick up DJ Dallas.
There you go.
Just in case.
Yeah. Hey, Penny's out. Penny's out. I thought I was being sneaky and clever. Penny out. I mean, they need to fire the personal trainer and just start. If you ain't got a body like DK, you ain't built to play a full season in Seattle, man.
Man, that's they should have just started. If they would have drafted Taylor when they should have, we wouldn't have any of these problems.
True.
We should have Jonathan Taylor in our backfield right now.
Yeah.
That's
at least Swift.
At least Swift.
Might be crazy for asking, but who would you start, Andrews or Goddard? I only have Goddard because he was dropped last week, and he had two Ds called back. I think you got to go with the tight end too this year, man. I know Goddard is sexy and he's good. I think you got to play defense and just roster him to keep him away from other people. But Philly at New York, I just feel like it's week 12, and he's had a bye. Andrews is a top 3 pick.
I got them both. I got them both in different leagues, but if I had to choose, I'm going with Andrews again.
Mm-hmm.
Just a much safer floor. Much safer floor.
Consistency. So, he's done it all season. Not to say that this isn't the week that Goddard could outpoint him, but like the season has shown that Andrews is the better player.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, Scary Terry, Gibson. That's about it. I've never been a fan. He had like a 4-week span where he was on fire. He got paid. He has done nothing. I'm not a fan of Curtis Samuel. Like, I always wish the best for him, but I'm not a fan, bro. I don't want, I'm cool. I don't like gadget players in the NFL or fantasy.
Right.
I was never big. I was a fan of Percy Harvin's Florida, watching all that stuff, but like in the NFL, gadget players don't do it for me, man.
Exactly. No, I mean, he hasn't done anything all season. He's been hurt.
He's been hurt, and when he's been healthy, he ain't done nothing. So I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Exactly. I even like Carter a little bit more than him, man.
Yep.
Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Logan Thomas might still be out. I feel like they should just set him down for the rest of the season. Just before he re-aggravates something and ends up having to miss next year,
Right.
It's like KD or Clay. I understand you hurt, but you probably need to rest you. Now, you missed Clay for 2 seasons.
Yep.
That concludes FNL, man. We already had 3 games on Thursday Night Football, Thanksgiving, Happy Turkey Day. If you guys haven't already, please go like and subscribe on IG to my brother Jeff Clark, a.k.a. Media. Download his platform, The Power of a Press Conference in the Palm of Your Hand. If you have not already, please hit that like button real quick, like 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'm 7 o'clock. Media said Vikings. I'm going to go Niners. We split.
What's that thing? Oh, the skull. That's what it is.
I don't know what's that from.
Ain't that what the Vikings do? That skull clap or whatever it is? I don't know what it is. They're saying skull.
I know the know ya clap. You hear that know ya clap? Hey, man, FNL, it's a wrap. We appreciate you guys. Good luck this week. Hit us in our DMs on IG. I am 7 o'clock. That's Media. Hit us up in our DMs if you need a little bit more additional advice. We'll respond. Obviously, we got to sleep, but we'll get back to you as soon as we see it. Take care, you guys. Peace.
All right, guys. Peace.
Skull clap. There it is. Yeah. He bailed you out because I know what the hell you was talking about. Hey, next week we're probably going to aim for 9 o'clock. We're going to be a little bit more traffic a little bit later. I thought we were alienating our East Coast audience, but apparently we don't have one. So we're going to do 9 o'clock. Take care, y'all. Peace.
Right. Peace.